tunnel, foot on the gas. I see these demons, hoping I crash. All that I wanted, like the last laugh. Gotta move fast, get to the bag. And I saw the signs for so long. Just a reminder to hold on. Ain't gonna cry or go home. Stay strong, yeah. Walls keep closing in, closing in. I keep going in, going in. See that I'm gonna be the first, but they praying that I won't let. And you know that I get better when I wanna get better. I get better when I wanna get better. I get better when I wanna get better. If you do it good, I'ma do it better. If you do it good, I'ma do it better.
Always on my grind, it's 24/7, I don't settle. I demand my respect, cause they'll finesse you if you let them. Told myself I was the champion, win and got the medals. I showed the world my true colors and they was black and yellow. I let the past be the past, I'm on a new level. It's hard to pick which car to drive, I got a few of them. The first to make it cross the line like a true winner. Cause if you knew better, then you do better.
Yeah. Better when I wanna
Yeah.
get better. I get better when I wanna get better. I get better when I wanna get better. If you do it good, I'ma do it better. If you do it good, I'ma do it better. Chosen one, born to shine. I can't stop, one more try. I know that it's my time.
The past be the past, I'm on a new level.
No regrets, born to shine. I can't stop, one more try. I know that I'll be fine.
Yeah.
And you know that I get better when I wanna get better. I get better when I wanna get better. If you do it good, I'ma do it better. If you do it good, I'ma do it better.
welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto District of Seattle. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store as it'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now, Charles, you and I, we've done a lot of games together. Always seems like we're rehashing the same storylines. Turnovers, of course, always a big story. Quarterback play, running backs, yada, yada, yada. But getting ready for this one word kept coming to mind, and that's preparation.
Well, it's critical to be prepared. Physically, mentally. When you think about getting ready for an NFL game, you have to wonder, what will they throw at us that maybe we haven't seen before? 2-minute drill, maybe different things like that. Got to be prepared. You're exactly right.
First play and a first pass coming for Darnold. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Baron Browning. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. How about the defense there trying to set the tone on the very first play of the game?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a glow here tonight because they brought the heat right out of the gate. What a good job establishing a tone for this one.
Throwing on second and long. Darnold has it complete to Jackson Smith-Njigba. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
For a Seahawks.
Their first possession of the game, and they're already going after double coverage.
That's a nice completion that can set the tone for things to come if they're able to keep finding ways to beat what the defense is throwing at them. They look like they're confident that they can get it done.
To throw is Darnold. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2 yards to go, second down. Now Darnold. Dancing to his left. Left side, he finds Smith-Njigba. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Back to throw, Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Now it's Darnold. And that one complete downfield to Kupp. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Darnold down to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown. Cooper Kupp from 8 yards out. And the Seahawks put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Cardinals now getting set to go offensively, and it'll be the dual-threat quarterback Kyler Murray leading the way.
And when you watch him play, all you think about is how dynamic he is. He can beat you with his arm and his legs. Threw for over 20 touchdowns for the first time since 2021. Fully healed from a knee injury a couple of seasons ago. He's got his team thinking big in 2025.
The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they get after them early.
Here is third and quite a ways.
Throwing now is Murray. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Calling a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
You know it's never easy to get Kyler Murray down to the ground, and to do it with a sack on their first drive, what a great tone setter defensively.
Oh, and no one's celebrating more than the defensive coordinator, because that's all he's preached all week long. Keep him hemmed in. Don't let him get into the open field and create big plays with his feet. To get him down in the pocket early, that's got to feel great for them.
And a nice return that time, gets 12 yards back.
And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the 50, it's Darnold.
He finds Smith-Njigba.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
That's good for a Seahawks. First down.
Here's Darnold.
He'll let this go deep for Smith-Njigba.
And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's Darnold.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. 3 straight incompletions. They don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Incomplete. Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more.
Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
Brings up 2nd down.
To throw, it's Murray. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jaron Reed busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
That's a ball he needs to let go of there. Wasn't the most time in the world to work through his progression, but NFL quarterbacks, they've got to sense the pressure. They've got that internal clock, and the ball has to be gone. And if you're not going to escape and run for it, you have to let it go before the pressure gets to you and puts you on the ground.
Finding space at the 40.
Gets past one man. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
It's a gain of 25.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Murray again. This is Connor.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Murray now to throw. The 20.
Down to the 10.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
It's a sensational run there by Kyler Murray. And the Cardinals are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Shoves him aside.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
And out now come the Seahawks. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that
evades the tackler, and now some space.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And he fires one incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Darnold.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
A play fake, and it's Darnold.
There's a short one caught by Arroyo.
His 2nd catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his 1st, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down at the 28-yard.
Again, Darnold.
That one too wide and incomplete.
There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this 1st quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area to try and take that away.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
So now 4th down looming. Remember, these guys went for it on their last drive, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, even though it didn't work out, I would not be surprised at all if they went ahead and did it again.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Darn right.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. The drive will start with Connor. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. Looking to put a drive together. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. Still fighting for more. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Faking the give, Darnold. He'll buy some time right. 20! And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
Y'all gotta pump my taste. Y'all can't talk about basic. Lumen and more Power Rangers. Mine also dangerous.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down at the 6-yard line.
Looking to throw. Being chased out left. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Sam Darnold. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. He hit him earlier in this first quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see in the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to. Myers connects on the PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The football going back over to Arizona now. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Murray. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Off the option, here's Murray running left. And holding it, maybe the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one, and that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Stays on his feet. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Off of play action, Darnold. It's caught inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw is Darnold. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
That's the NFL vet Calais Campbell coming in and dragging him down.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down. Myers' kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Now Murray off play action. Forced out to his left. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
I don't want to be a jinx partner, put the whammy on him, but I think we could be looking at all-time damn the ground with the way that he's going. Only a few quarterbacks in this league are capable of a 100-yard game, and he's halfway there just in the 1st quarter. This is a record-setting pace. Hopefully, he can keep it up, and we can have fun watching it.
On 1st and 10 is counter. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result, defensive tackle.
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes.
Uchenna Nwosu got the sack there. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 41.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down.
Now Darnold.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
And 10 yards to go.
Back to throw, Darnold.
He completes this to Walker.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. That's going to bring up fourth down. Only a gain of 2 there. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon.
Greg George deep for Arizona.
Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 15.
They'll start the drive with a give to Connor.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Boye Mafe got through the line like a knife through butter. He buries him for a loss.
Here's Murray. Screen pass to Connor. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15.
Shotgun now for Murray.
Boye Mafe
In there to drop him, and that is the 7th time tonight that he has gone down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's fielded at the 45.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt.
And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Darnold now to throw. And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now it's Darnold.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10. Here's Darnold. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about.
So since that last play got nothing, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty, and that forces a 4th down situation.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling with this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They run behind center with Connor. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now Murray. Buying time to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Zay Jones.
36 yards.
And the Cardinals have cut it back within a score. The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Ryland on for the extra point.
And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. A solid stiff arm.
The Seahawks take back over.
And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, 1st down Seahawks. 3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The offense on third down tonight, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Darnold. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Baron Browning, his 2nd sack of the night. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold. Oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Now back to throw. Outright to Smith-Njigba. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. Myers' kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against them throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now this time Murray to throw it. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. A gain of 8 there on the play. And then we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Murray. Short one here, caught by McBride. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
On the counter, it's Connor. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 45-yard line.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
That is caught downfield by Harrison. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one goes for 30 yards.
I think the offensive line was caught off guard a little bit because normally on an RPO, that ball's gone quickly. But in this case, he held it, and they held up well in their protection. He found his man downfield, something that's not typical, but it sure worked out well.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end, being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harrison. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though.
A 27-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And that cuts the lead down to just 3, 20-17. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, let's get 3, right?
Not one thing I've ever met.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get hurt.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes goes down. Buda Baker, the safety, he gets in from the secondary for the sack.
And down he goes again, a bevy of sacks in less than a half. But this defense is still losing the game. They've got to fix something because there should be no excuse for losing with an effort like this on that side of the ball. They need to take advantage when their defense is generating this kind of pressure so early in the game. One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But I also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now a 2nd and 10.
From the gun, Murray.
Pass to the right, and he's got McBride.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. From the gun, a give to counter. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Uchenna Nwosu able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Leonard Williams providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long.
But this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Looking to put a drive together. Darnold.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know we can't do a mind meld and really know exactly what he was thinking, but I didn't see an open receiver there. Maybe, possibly, he did that on purpose and just overthrew him.
Yeah, coverage was good, so maybe indeed that was another way to throw it away, if you will.
Here's 2nd and 10.
We go set.
They'll set up a throw. They'll roll him out right.
And that one complete downfield to Cup. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
To throw is Darnold. Dancing to his left. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
Darnold from the gun. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
28 yards. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that went good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown catch.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. The Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Crossing route, and he hits his man. It's Jones.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
First down, Cardinals.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball, but I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a one-score game if you can, and that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the first down.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Out of the gun, here's Murray.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 16. Pressure comes, he's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Leonard Williams able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. Third and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
Here's Horton. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way, because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partners, a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Now Darnold. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Back to throw, Darnold. And that'll be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Off of play action, Darnold. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Seahawks. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead. And part of that can be attributed to their success on third downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this first and goal.
Darnold down to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up second and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on first and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Faking the give, Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Brings up third and goal.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
Third and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
37-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And he returns this to the 22. The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They start the drive with counter. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. To throw, it's Murray. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
First down.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that 1st down run.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 38-yard line, 2nd and 11. Murray going to throw. A short one here, caught by McBride. It'll be a gain of 5. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Shotgun now for Murray. And the Seahawks defense gets to him and they bring him down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Already up 2 touchdowns. How about that drive killer of a sack there to add to their good play? This offense coming away with no points now when some kind of score was desperately needed.
Here's Blake Gillikin now.
Formation for the Cardinals.
Taking it about the 16. Oh, some strong running. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurl yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Here's Darnold.
Smith and Jigba with the ground.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now it's Darnold. He completes this to Walker. And it's a fumble. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Darnold.
And complete to Smith-Njigba.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
For a Seattle Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These 2 defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter. And Charles, they trail here, though not really the fault of this offense.
No, they certainly did their part in the first half, but when you're in a shootout like this, you definitely want your defense to play better, but you know that's out of your control. All you can do, keep putting points on the scoreboard and keep giving your defense opportunities to make stops.
He's still having trouble moving the ball on the ground.
Yeah, so much for halftime adjustment. Sometimes the best adjustment you make is no adjustment. You just do things better, but in this case, I think an adjustment was in order. They may have to change up and start throwing the ball around a little bit more.
He's got Harrison left side complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. 3rd and 7 now. Here's Murray. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on to kick it away. That's taken on the 25. There's a nice move. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seahawks offense and Sam Darnold headed back out there. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Here we go, set.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here goes that.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down near the 47.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise I knew it was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
They had 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Again, it's Walker.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
The drive will start with an option going left. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
Maybe in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
To throw is Murray.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
Partner, he got the DB on his horse on that play. He certainly sold like it was going to be a deep route before breaking it back on the comeback towards the sideline.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
But they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Murray, a quick throw complete.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. DeMarcus Lawrence, his second sack of the night.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Throwing now is Murray. Screen pass to Connor. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
Well, hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the 7. Shreds him with a stiff arm. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Darnold. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
To throw is Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They begin on the ground here with Connor. And he's able to break out a run tackle, but then quickly brought down. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 5.
Again, it's Connor. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Ochena Nwosu bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. And he is just one reception away from 10 in this game. I don't know what they need to do defensively, but something has to be altered, does it not?
I know that whenever we tried to cover a person who's having a game like this, you're trying to vary what you're doing, trying to change things up, hoping to fool him occasionally. If not fool him, fool the quarterback, so maybe you don't read the coverage correctly. Right now, though, they're in pretty good sync.
2nd and 7.
Second and 7 at the 41-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. To the left side, catch made by Arroyo. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
15 yards on the play. And that's good for a Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now Darnold. Over the middle, he finds Arroyo. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down.
Second down at the 30-yard line.
Throwing again is Darnold. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Brings up 3rd down.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football.
Back to throw, Darnold. But he is caught. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
That's another Seahawks 1st down.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
He's got him in wide open, complete. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
That's another Seahawks. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Zach Charbonnet, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to extend their lead. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is converged.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. Darnold to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
Walker. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
This has not been a fun game for this defense. They've definitely had their share of struggles, but they needed to make a play right there, and they finally get it done on 3rd and goal.
So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's got another field goal. His 4th now in the game. He's making it look easy out there.
He certainly is, and they're always aiming for a swing of the leg that repeats under pressure, right? So nothing's different. He's got that right now because confidence is breeding confidence.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive to help themselves out.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Murray keeps it himself. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line. Play action. Now it's Murray. Delivers on the crosser to McBride. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
2 things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Murray. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
But tell the statistician add another one to their impressive total today. Great week for the defensive front. A tough one for that offensive line. Quarterback getting right back behind that line, hoping for more time to attempt a likely 3rd down pass.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped him for no gain.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
Jackson Smith and Jigba and his offense ready to go once more here.
Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete.
Oh, a first mistake for him in the ballgame as it's intercepted.
And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. So that's deep, particularly the secondary, has been picked
get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. And they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
They'll try the left side with Connor. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Arizona.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now Murray. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Murray now to throw. And it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just and he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So on 4th down, out comes Chad Ryland for the Arizona field goal.
This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to 13.
Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, you need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation, they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Darnold now to throw. This one goes underneath to Walker. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
1st and 10. It's a 44-yard line.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Baker with a pick. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that Not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Out of the shotgun, they'll run with counter. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now they go screen. It's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Murray on the sneak. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Now in Seattle, Washington. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter.
A 55-yard attempt.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Well, that's always a risk on those longer kicks. You have to drive it low to get it there. That opened the door for a better chance for the defense to get a hand on it, and that's just what we saw there.
And even if the odds increase a little bit because it's a longer field goal attempt, it's still difficult to get hands on the football and create a block. Big-time excitement for that unit, getting through and knocking that one away.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 2.
Now it's Darnold.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for the Seahawks. First down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
To the air again, Darnold. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
2nd and 16.
Here we go, set.
Here's Darnold. Steps away. And he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. And defensively, maybe an opportunity missed there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. And big sigh of relief, huh?
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it.
Here we go, set.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. 5 yards that time out of the scramble, but now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Cardinal offense takes back over. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
To throw is Murray. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, there was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Shotgun now for Murray. And the pressure gets to him again.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there, and that's exactly what happened on that play.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Take it at the 37. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at their 48-yard line.
Here's Darnold.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
We'll pause for an injury. That's the quarterback, Sam Darnold, in need of some assistance following that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 20. On play action, they'll throw. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Yeah, they tried to move the pocket that time. All his blockers moving to the left as he bootlegged in that direction as well. But they didn't account for everyone, and he spilled the play.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Throwing now is Murray. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Now Brissett, the backup, his first throw. And he'll be about 4 yards shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Horton. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. And a nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Darnold.
He completes this to Walker.
Fights through it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive...
And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
To throw is Darnold. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Cards are right back in this football game. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
Looking to put a drive together.
19,
They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Goes right back to McBride.
They'll give him 4 yards there. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Throwing, Brissett. Screen pass to Connor. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
To me, this is a case of if you're not getting the ball, you've got to do your job and block for the guy who is, because there really wasn't much there. And, boy, the defense took advantage with that loss.
And the defense, they were just locked in there on 3rd. They had more guys than they could block. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline? When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack, but that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Now Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
3rd and 10.
Back to throw, Darnold. Steps away to his left. Oh, Darnold loses it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Walter Nolan breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectation.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all, because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought it from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Brissett got his man. It's George. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on, catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They'll throw again. Brissett. He's got his target. That's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 40. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Under pressure, and down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Lumen. And the Seahawks force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Looking to put a drive together. After the interception, here's Darnold. That'll be caught. It's caught. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First play of the drive, a success. 19 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era. We think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down. And with that last completion, folks, he now owns the NFL record for most passing yards in a single game. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Darnold now to throw. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. Second down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Darnold. Smith and Jigba with a grab. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Now it's Darnold, rolling to his left. Darnold, he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. To throw it is Locke. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Baron Browning Make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Darnold from the gun. Being chased out left. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
Flushed out right. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. 2nd and 5. Reset. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11. To throw, Brissett. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down. Here's Brissett. Pressure comes and down he goes. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Down the right sideline. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35. A huge play there on the screen pass. 42 yards. Brissett sets to throw it. Blitz coming and down he goes. They overloaded that time with a safety blitz and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. To throw is Brissett. Under pressure, and they get to him again. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think
all the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A lot going to throw it here. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Cardinals are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Here's Brissett. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
It's 2nd down.
Brissett now. Under pressure, they got him again. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A short one here, caught by McBride. And a loose football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Brissett to throw for it on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 yards for number 11. So we've seen this before. He's made 6 already, and now he'll try to become just one of a handful of men to make 7 in a game. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So out now come the Cardinals. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, they just want to put this one behind them. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Out of the gun, Brissett. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
1st down, Arizona.
And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now Brissett. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. And he clocks it with just 10 seconds left. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't matter. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
So the victory here for Seattle. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future, they've got to work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.